Now that I've hit the record button, we can get started. Cooking on a Weber. This may not be 11 secret herbs and spices, but it's tasty. Woo! I'll light up a chimney starter full of briquettes and dump them in. I say it every week, that should be illegal. Hi, welcome to Schueys Barbecue. Well, you'll learn the tips and tricks to master your grill. In this series of how-to videos that I'm calling Schueys Shorts, I'll be running through some of the best ways to set up and get the most out of your 57cm Weber Kettle. In this video, we're going to be tackling the snake method. If you do like this video, don't forget, give it a thumbs up, but also share it with your mates. But the best thing you can do for yourself is hit the subscribe and the bell buttons, and that way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. So let's get into it. We need to tame that heat. Yeah! So let's run through some basics before we get into the setups. And these basics are for every cook. Number one, control the temp with the bowl vent. Leave that lid vent wide open. Number two, do not rely on a lid thermometer. Go out and get yourself an ambient temp probe that clips to the grill where your food is. The difference between the grill and where that thermometer on a lid is about 15 centimeters, and the heat is going to be drastically different from the two. Number three, the lid vent should always be positioned over your food or on the opposite side of the lit fuel. This is going to draw the heat, and if you're using smoking wood, the smoke across your food and out through that lid vent. Four, use water as a stabilizer, because water heats up and cools down a lot slower than air does. So use it to help stop fluctuations in windy conditions. Also, if you've overshot the temp that you're looking to get to and you're having trouble closing the vents down and bringing that temp back down, add a water pan, add cold water to it, and watch that temp drop really quickly. Number five, if you are starting a cook with a water pan, make sure it's hot water. That way it won't be cold water, which will be absorbing all the heat and energy from your fuel. You won't be heating up the water, you'll be heating up the air inside the Weber. And the fact is, then it's going to create steam straight away, and steam actually helps smoke adhere to your food. Six, if you are adding smoking wood, especially chunks, and you're adding more than one, you want to leave a gap of at least 50 mil in between each piece. The reason being is the wood actually ignites and burns a lot quicker than the lump charcoal and the briquettes. And if you push them all together, they're going to force your fuel to ignite and burn a lot quicker, creating a massive heat spike. So 50 mil apart and you'll be fine. Number seven, don't overthink it. It is, in the end, just heat and meat. Number eight, stay hydrated. Although I'm not cooking today, I do need to stay well hydrated. Since beer is made up of 90% water and the human body is made up of 60% water, it's only natural that you'll have a drink or two while watching this video. Or for those of you who like to use my beer timer, you're looking at a 1 beer video. But just to be sure, make it 2. Can you hear that? The snake method is perfect for holding steady temps, especially with the popularity of low and slow cooking that requires indirect low heat cooking. This setup requires you to build a snake out of briquettes because they are more unified in shape and they stack better. Now I normally go with a 2-to-1 setup. That's 2 rows following the curve of the charcoal grate and a single one on top. And as you can see, they're all on a 45-degree angle. So when we put our lit fuel on this side, they'll just keep falling and you'll get a long burn time out of that. Now the grill space is now limited down because you have to keep turning the grill and spinning it around to keep your meat away from that radiant heat from where the lit fuel is. How long's a piece of string? A full snake that curves around most of the charcoal grate can last anywhere up to 10 hours. But this really depends on the type of fuel you use and how hot you're running that snake. When I use the snake method, I'll always start it off with 12 lit briquettes that I'll stack neatly on one end, just overlapping that unlit charcoal. With some bowl vent adjustments, it's going to take about 30 to 40 minutes to dial in a temp anywhere between 107 to 135 degrees Celsius. And I'll normally start closing down that bowl vent when the temperature is about 20 degrees off my target temp. And if you do have to make any final adjustments with the bowl vent, it takes about 20 minutes for it to settle. So patient, get your Weber going early. So there you have it, one of many ways you can set up the most versatile barbecue you can buy. The only thing left to do is work out what to cook. As always, thanks for watching. And if you do like free stuff, check out my Instagram for giveaways and extra content. Cheers.